On February 3rd, a paparazzi picture of Justin Bieber was posted to Twitter, and it quickly gathered millions of views and thousands of replies from believers and concerned members of the public. Overall, people were expressing concern at the star's sullen appearance. Thou shalt not lie, Bieber does look pretty tired in the photo, but it also looks like it was taken mid-blink, which definitely doesn't help the look. The kinder half of the responses were sharing well wishes or speculating that just maybe Bieber has been so exhausted lately due to his newborn at home. The other half of the speculation was not as nice, accusing the Canadian star of using substances and comparing him to different haggard pop culture characters. Bieber's seemingly signature fashion didn't help matters either. He tends to go for an oversized, layered look, something that many people online are not huge fans of. The night before, on February 2nd, Bieber was spotted out again, and these photos went viral because it was Grammys night and people were wondering why the star didn't attend. These images on their own might cause fans to worry, but the reason everyone is really freaking out is because they come after months of odd behavior and social media messages. And this is where the rumors of divorce from wife of 6 years Hailey Bieber come in. Believers were sent into a tizzy in January of this year when Justin unfollowed Hailey on Instagram. He also unfollowed a few other people as well that were close to him at various points in his career, like a past bodyguard, etc. But a past bodyguard is one thing, your wife is a whole other situation, especially when you're the type of celebrity that actually follows people on Instagram and doesn't just keep it at a neutral zero. Once it was noticed, the divorce rumors that have existed since the couple's wedding day picked up again. It was to the point where Bieber made a statement on his Instagram to explain what happened. He shared a story sharing that he was hacked and the person specifically unfollowed his wife. Considering how much criticism this couple receives, it's not surprising that someone would hack into his social media just to do that. Once everything was cleared up, people did notice the holes in the story. Bieber had recently made posts about Hailey and refollowed her pretty quickly after she was unfollowed. After it all was resolved, Hailey posted pictures of the family on vacation just to really hammer the point home that things were all good. Another reason people might have reacted so strongly is because Justin has been making interesting posts to his Instagram stories before that and more recently that make it seem like they are sending messages. Bieber didn't help the split rumors when he posted an odd caption to the Instagram story. Technically, he didn't write the caption himself, but when your relationship is already being subject to rumors of divorce, it certainly doesn't help if it is written by you or not. The Instagram reel was of some young ones, random, not related to Bieber at all, dancing and swearing up after returning from their other parents' house. The poster of the video, again not Bieber, wrote the caption, "Co-parenting is failing like TF." Bieber then reposted this on his story. Despite him not penning the caption, people were quick to apply it to his marriage. Even though they recently had a child, people still believe that Justin and Hailey had split up, and then you pair those theories with Bieber posting a message about co-parenting, and in the eyes of the online jury, it might as well be fact. According to a source that spoke to The Sun, the couple can allegedly go for days without even speaking to each other. This claim, and the reposted Instagram reel from Justin's story, and the unfollowing debacle aren't amazing for the look of the overall situation. But breakup and divorce rumors have plagued this poor couple since they started dating. There's a number of reasons for that. Justin had a bad boy image, people still wanted him and ex Selena Gomez to get back together, the public just wasn't a huge fan of Hailey, and the list just goes on and on and on. Justin Bieber's past relationship with one rapper has recently become a main topic of interest over the past year and a bit, and that rapper is none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Of course, you are all probably well aware of the developing Diddy case. For a more detailed breakdown of everything, check out some of the other videos on this channel. We talk about it a lot with all the new info that keeps coming out, but to briefly summarize, Diddy has been accused by many people of acting inappropriately towards them or putting them in situations where they experienced harm. He was arrested for it and awaits trial that will take place in just a few months. However, many people speculate that Diddy has hurt way more people than those that have come forward, including a young Justin Bieber. Bieber and Diddy go way back. Bieber was a huge fan of the rappers. He had also signed on with Usher, who was kind of like Diddy's protege at the time. Bieber expressed a want to meet Diddy. He even produced a song for him, and with the Beliebers' help, Diddy's attention was grabbed, and Justin soon found himself invited to spend 2 days with the man. In a short video posted to his YouTube channel, Justin Bieber treated fans to a quick look at his new friendship with Combs. At the time, this was super exciting because no one knew how terrible Diddy was. Everyone just knew him as the really cool party guy. In the current era, the video is going viral and people can't help but express concern for the young star and speculate about what could have happened over the 48 hours. In the video, Diddy says that the pair were going to have the time of their lives, but he couldn't share exactly what they would be doing or where they would be. He couldn't disclose that info but assured viewers that it would definitely be a 15-year-old's dream and that the two would be going full crazy. Diddy joked that he was Bieber's legal guardian for the next 48 hours, which wasn't true of course, even though Bieber was entrusted to him for that period. However, Diddy did have experience being a legal guardian. He was Usher's guardian when he was helping produce his first album. Usher was sent to spend a year with Diddy to learn how to be edgier by the people that first signed him. Usher spoke out about his time under Diddy's care all the way back in 2016, if you can believe it. An appearance on the Howard Stern show revealed that Diddy's parties were so wild, it was hard for a young Usher to grasp everything that was happening around him. He said, "I got a chance to see some things. I don't know if I can indulge and even understand what I was looking at." Stern later on asked Usher if he would ever consider sending his own family to a Puffy flavor camp, the nickname given to Diddy's teaching swagger thing. Usher was very clear that that would never happen. But over a decade before this interview took place, Usher was interviewed by Rolling Stone and he gave even more details about his time with Diddy. The 2004 interview featured quotes about his time spent with the rapper like, "There was always girls around, you'd open a door and see someone doing it." He also said that Combs essentially introduced him to a whole new aspect of life, and I am referring to the intimate kind. So yeah, Usher has said a lot of things that were clearly red flags, but we just didn't have the eyes to see them at the time. And that's seemingly what people are realizing now with Bieber. Not only was there the 48 Hours with Diddy video, but also a 2020 interview Bieber did with Apple Music in which he was very clear in letting viewers know that he felt protective over newer artists, like Billie Eilish, because he didn't want her to go through anything he went through. He wouldn't wish that upon anybody. At the time, these quotes were framed by sentiments about people loving you one minute and then hating you the next, or about the lack of loyalty in the industry and people turning their backs on you at the drop of a hat. So people just kind of assumed that Bieber was only referencing the tough time he had growing up in the public eye. No one realized that maybe there were things happening behind closed doors that would be equally as difficult to deal with. Bieber also said that should Billie ever need help, he would be a call away. Of course, no one can be 100% sure that Bieber did experience anything untoward unless he decides to come forward with a statement. But some online theorists speculate that Bieber has been making statements. Again, we just didn't have the eyes to see them at the time. Just a few months ago, Bieber's Yummy music video gained traction again after people speculated that there was a hidden meaning, citing things like odd food and older party guests constantly sharing their meals with Bieber. Then towards the end, there was the dancers dressed in white that now remind people of Diddy's infamous white parties that were allegedly the backdrop for many of his transgressions. The video ends with a shot of the plate Bieber was eating off of, showing a picture of Little Him with Yummy written under. At the time, this was just a cute picture and the song title, but now people think it's Bieber's way of saying that he was served on a plate or that Little Him was considered a treat to party guests. People began to recall how desperate Bieber was at the time of the song's release to get it out there. People were originally put off by how much Bieber was pushing the track and trying to get people to view the music video, but if the theories are true, it makes more sense today. Obviously, we hope that Bieber didn't go through any of this, but if he did, we hope that he's in a better place and experiencing joy with his family.
Well, Justin Bieber was spotted in a brothel in Brazil. When Bieber went on tour in Brazil in 2013, it is alleged that he was spotted and photographed leaving a brothel in Rio de Janeiro. Now, days after the brothel visit, a Brazilian model leaked a video of Bieber sleeping in a bed. Before the woman's identity was known, Bieber's team had to defend him against escort service allegations. Now, she reportedly was one of 50 people invited to a concert after party and took the footage of the then 19-year-old pop star sleeping after he had fallen asleep on the couch during the party. The incident sparked widespread media attention and public controversy. Bieber denied the reports, but the photos and videos didn't lie, which led to significant backlash against him, with many people criticizing his behavior as irresponsible and immature. I mean, he was only 19 years old, so, you know, what do you expect? Bieber did later apologize for his actions and said that he made a mistake and was taking steps to learn from the experience. It was alleged that he actually initially tried to cover the whole thing up and offered to pay reporters and allegedly the woman who had the evidence as well. And while that didn't work out completely, it didn't actually have a lasting effect on his status, as he would go on to become even more popular. Justin Bieber had the need for speed. The singer was accused of speeding through his California Calabasas, California neighborhood by former NFL player Keyshawn Johnson. In 2013, former NFL star Keyshawn Johnson confronted Justin Bieber about speeding through a gated community in Calabasas. Johnson was outside with his daughter when he saw Bieber driving a white Ferrari way too fast. Johnson actually followed Bieber to his home and tried to talk to him about his driving. Bieber went inside his house without speaking to him at all. Police investigated Bieber for reckless driving, but Bieber's friend, rapper Tyler, the Creator, claimed that he was the one actually driving the car. Johnson had said, "All I want to do is protect my kids. I got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old at home." Another retired football player, Eric Dickerson, tweeted angrily about Bieber's reckless driving. He said, "I live in Calabasas too, and Justin Bieber needs to slow his acts down. I used to have a white Ferrari too, but I knew the speed limit in my neighborhoods where kids played." Bieber's representatives, have denied that the singer was driving the vehicle, though authorities have heard from several witnesses who say they saw him behind the wheel. The sheriff's spokesman, Steve Whitmore, actually told the LA Times at the time Mr. Bieber is making statements through others that he was not driving, adding that the singer had refused to talk to officers who showed up at his house. He continued to say if he wants to set the record straight, he should contact us for a sit-down, thorough interview. Police had reportedly been interviewing locals and collecting surveillance video. Whitmore said, "If this actually did occur, which it appears that it did, it is unacceptable behavior from anybody, anywhere, anytime." Bieber has been cautioned, for speeding several times before this, and it's alleged that Justin was so embarrassed by this attention around, all of this, that he tried to actually pay the former NFL player some hush money to keep it quiet and out of the public's knowledge, but we know how that went. Justin Bieber's viral song allegedly exposes dark secrets from Diddy's infamous parties. Now, a song allegedly referencing Sean Diddy Combs' parties has recently begun circulating on social media, with claims of being linked to Justin Bieber. In April of 2024, videos circulating on social media platforms quickly garnered hundreds of thousands of views in just a few days. The song's circulation comes in the wake of allegations against Diddy related to SA and exploitation of women. Now, prosecutors allege that Diddy leveraged his business empire to carry out these crimes, sparking renewed interest in the viral track. The song's lyrics dive into a story of disappointment with celebrity and wealth as experienced by Bieber at every single Diddy party. The initial verse of the song begins with the following lines: "Lost myself at a Diddy party, didn't know that's how it would go. I was in it for a new Ferrari, but it cost me way more than my soul. Wasn't worth all the fortune and fame." This seemingly references Diddy's infamous white parties, which reportedly turned into these freak-offs. Now, despite the lack of solid proof supporting the legitimacy of this particular song, there were no official validations from reputable sources or media channels. Numerous individuals on the internet dismissed it as a composition created by artificial intelligence. One person on X actually wrote, "This is supposedly AI generated. Is it really Justin's song and they're claiming it to be, AI, or is it really AI? Because it sounds like the real voice, but then again, AI is so advanced now you can literally get legal advice from it." This comes following reports from Bieber, expressing regret over his collaboration with Diddy in light of the recent events. Bieber was signed by Combs' protege Usher in 2008, and while many social media users do believe the song was AI generated, others speculate that it might be an unreleased Bieber track. As of now, the song has been used in thousands of videos across platforms, and Justin has not spoken out about this. He hasn't denied it or confirmed the allegations at all, but a source told a very popular news blog that Justin allegedly tried to pay off these celebrity gossip sites to keep this story from circulating. So either he has something to hide or just has enough problems of his own, and doesn't want his name involved with Diddy in any way. And honestly, I don't blame him for that if that's the case. Justin Bieber hoped Anne Frank would have been a believer. Now, in 2013, which obviously was just a diabolical year for Justin, the Biebs stopped by the Anne Frank house while in Amsterdam and sure left his mark at the historic landmark. He wrote in a guest book at the museum, "Truly inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully, she would have been a believer." Shortly after his visit, the singer was hit by a wave of angry messages on social media. The museum, actually defended the star, but added the comment, that it wasn't very sensible. The suggestion that, had she lived today, the teenager would have been a believer, which is a term used by his devoted fans to describe themselves, generated thousands of horrified responses on social networking websites. One person on Twitter actually wrote, "Just saw what Justin Bieber wrote in the Anne Frank Museum guestbook, absolutely disgusted, with another person saying, "Way to turn an inspiring moment into something about yourself." However, museum spokesperson Machi Mostar defended the young star to the BBC, saying, "He's 19, it's a crazy life he's living, he didn't mean bad, and also it's nice that he made the effort, he didn't have to come here." Despite the conflicting opinions, it was reported that Bieber allegedly didn't want this information to reach the US or Canada, and he attempted to quietly pay off the press in order not to release the details, but it was too late at that point and the damage had been done. Justin Bieber got arrested for DUI after being caught drag racing in his yellow Lamborghini. Justin Bieber was arrested for DUI, resisting arrest, and driving without a valid license in Miami Beach back in January of 2014. Now, upon leaving jail later that day, the singer actually sat up on the roof of his awaiting car and waved to his fans. He was also charged with resisting arrest. The officer pulled Bieber's car over, but the singer was not cooperating with the officer's instructions. The cop said at first he was a little belligerent, using some, very choice words, questioning why he was being stopped and why the officer was even questioning him. Bieber asked the police officer who pulled him over just after 4 a.m., "What the F did I do? Why did you stop me?" The arrest almost describes Bieber as having a very flushed face, bloodshot eyes, and the odor of alcohol in his breath. Bieber did fail a sobriety test. He was released from a Miami jail an hour after he made a brief appearance through a video link before a Miami judge who set a very standard $2,500 bond. He strutted out of jail dressed in all black with a baggy hoodie covering his head. His pants appeared to be baggy, some sort of leather or pleather, and Bieber briefly sat on the top of a black Cadillac Escalade where he waved to his screaming fans before he was then chauffeured away. Justin struck paparazzi with his truck back in July of 2017. Police said the singer struck a paparazzo with his truck while trying to drive away from an event in Beverly Hills. Video that was obtained by TMZ shows Bieber getting into his truck as several photographers take photos around him. The photographers asked the singer, "Hey, what's up with you, Biebs? How have you been, my man?" As the singer slowly pulls forward, one of the photographers actually steps towards the truck on the passenger side, gets hit, and falls to the ground. The accident happened near the Saban Theater, which, was holding a city church service. Now, Bieber had been spotted in the LA area after canceling the rest of his worldwide tour due to unforeseen circumstances. After Bieber, was spotted by TMZ near the beach in Southern California, Bieber said he had plans on just resting and getting some relaxation. But videos from the incident appeared to show Bieber attempting to aid the man that he actually hit. Bieber says to the man, "The car didn't run you over though." The man then tells Bieber that the tire did run over his leg. I guess it was too late then to say sorry, but Bieber then asks him, as he touches the man's leg, "The tire ran all the way over you?" At one point, Bieber turns to the paparazzi and sarcastically asks them if they're getting enough footage of the man lying on the ground. The man is eventually put on a stretcher and actually wheeled to an ambulance. The 57-year-old man was taken to a nearby hospital with just minor injuries and no citations were issued.
Fans are convinced that Justin's music video for his song Yummy is a reference to Diddy's crazy parties, where a lot of crimes took place. Now, the music video was posted in 2020, and many people have called out how weird it was, but now they're connecting the dots to Diddy, and it's all making sense to them. One user on TikTok speculated on the meaning of the video, linking it to Diddy's infamous white parties. User AlexisMay.xo explained that the video starts with Justin arriving at a party full of the rich and full elites, while a band of young people serve as the entertainment, playing a symphony of instruments on stage. Justin sits at a table that's covered in food, and he's brought a silver platter with a sandwich on it. Now, the user thinks that this was arranged in a specific way. Look at the placement of the bread is set up like a shield almost, the TikTok user said. If you take a closer look at the sandwich, there's actually a cherry there, so the bread is set up to protect the cherry. She continued, saying Justin's innocence is represented by the cherry, and it's how he was before he had Diddy as a mentor. Later, the sandwich resembles a face with a tongue sticking out, and the cherry appears to be rotten, the TikToker said. As the party continues and the lights go down, dancers dressed in skimpy white clothing emerge from under the tables, eerily resembling Diddy's notorious white parties, the creator claimed. "This is a white party, this is a P. Diddy white party, she says. Now, as the party ends, alone Justin Bieber is left at the table looking distraught before a cleared plate is shown featuring a photo of him as a child, symbolizing his innocence, the TikToker says. She then posted a second clip analyzing even more details and pointed out by viewers, ranging from claims about the true identity of a violin player shown in the music video to the meaning behind the other foods that appear. Now, viewers also brought up the fact that Justin had an emotional breakdown while filming the music video. Justin addressed the yummy shoot in an episode of his docu-series Justin Bieber Seasons. It was just a lot of people, a lot of dynamic, a lot of stuff, Justin said. I was in my head a lot and it's hard for me to really enjoy it like that, but I know that some days are just gonna be like that. In any workspace, there's gonna be those off days where you just kind of feel like, I got a good crew, I should be good, but today I just feel off. I think that day I was just a little off. Again though, viewers are convinced that this video has a secret meaning in relation to Diddy. I mean, Diddy was one of Justin's mentors and he spent a lot of time with him from a young age. Now, Justin was known to attend some of Diddy's parties, but I guess the question is, did he choose to go or was he forced to? Now, a lot of creepy videos of Justin and Diddy have been coming to light recently, but there's one that particularly stands out. A young Justin was spending 48 hours with Diddy. Here's having 48 hours with Diddy where we hang out and what we're doing we can't really disclose, Diddy says in the video. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He's signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album, and he added, I don't have legal guardianship of him, aka Justin, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy. Now this is just extremely weird in general, but hey, maybe Justin used his music video to depict what he went through in these 48 hours. Now I just want to know though what his mother was thinking leaving him alone with Diddy for that long. Then there was also the time that Diddy literally scolded Justin on national TV. In 2011, Diddy and Justin made an appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Show where Diddy was constantly praising Justin, but when Jimmy asked Justin if Diddy had given him any gifts, things got awkward to say the least. Justin said, he got me a Lamborghini, I haven't gotten it yet though, and Diddy then said the Lamborghini for a day or two, he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody. Yeah, it was just really weird, and I'm sure Justin felt like he got in trouble because that's how it came across. Now, Justin has not directly spoken out against Diddy, but an insider speaking exclusively to DailyMail.com said that Justin has been completely thrown by the allegations and is trying to make sense of them as he and Diddy were so close. I mean, Justin collaborated with Diddy less than a year ago. They are very well still in contact. Now, the insider added that Justin also deeply regrets having collaborated with him so recently, and that he would never done that had he known the allegations that have since come to light.
Now that Stephen Baldwin is the father-in-law of one of the most beloved pop stars of the last couple of decades, earlier this year he shared a video posted to Insta of Justin Bieber, playing the guitar and singing I Could Sing of Your Love Forever. Overlaid on the video were the words, Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them to have wisdom, protection, and draw close to the Lord. What does that mean? Because that seems to be pointing at trouble in the marriage. Unsurprisingly, Hailey is reportedly super angry about the whole thing. But is she angry because it's false? Or is she angry because her dad's revealing something that she wants to keep under wraps? Now, Hailey did dispel some internet speculation about her relationship in an Insta story, writing, just FYI, the stories and constant blind items I see on TikTok are 100% of the time wrong, made out of thin air, come from the land of delusion. So I know it may be fun feeding into these stories, but just know they're always false. XX, sorry to spoil it. Well, in February of 2022, Hailey did speak to Wall Street Journal magazine about why she didn't want to talk a lot about her marriage in interviews. She's like, I just don't feel it worth it to me anymore when I have to try to have an open conversation with someone like you and then it gets taken out of context. The media loves to take a tiny blurb of something for clickbait. The media has always been a disgusting thing. So if you ask any fan of Justin or maybe his famous ex Selena Gomez, chances are they'll tell you he's still majorly head over heels for Selena and how quickly he'd supposedly drop his current wife for his old wifey. Well, this can be indicated through several things, but fans believe the most incriminating piece of information against Justin to prove this comes in the form of his Selena tattoo. tattoo. And, well, his lack of removal of the tattoo. He was captured in a photo at his 29th birthday party during the first week of March of, I believe, last year, with one of his crewneck sleeves pulled up to allegedly show off his Selena tat. Now, the ink has been mildly covered, but a lot of people have stated that if Justin truly moved on, he would have fully removed it given its symbolism. Still, it may have been easier to just write over it rather than potentially damage his skin, but fans aren't convinced. They swear this is just another Justin tactic of not letting go of Selena, who has clearly moved on from what they formerly shared. So Hailey's supposedly mega obsession with Selena probably doesn't help her husband's desire to stay with her, a person he allegedly tried to move on from Selena with. Or at least that might be what Justin wants to convince people. Either way, many, but mainly Selena stans, have pointed out that Hailey's love for Selena is unhealthy, and it spiraled into jealousy and borderline hatred. So let's begin with Hailey's old tweets, where her love began. A young Hailey from 2011 to 2012 was constantly tweeting praises for Selena, including calling her hot and pretty on several occasions, wishing her a happy birthday while adding her on Twitter, and saying she and Justin were perfect. Now, the number of excessive messages from, little Hailey showed fans that a quick and potentially damaging obsession was growing. Over the years, Selena and Hailey have pretty much silently low-key been beefing. Now, this was partially blamed on Justin, who was seeing both women around the same time, but also massively on Hailey, who was accused of stealing Justin from Selena. However, one of the more recent moments of drama in history involved Hailey reportedly body shaming and mocking her husband's ex, and possibly bullying Selena with Kylie over her eyebrows. So even though everybody has denied this, we're talking Selena, everybody, fans have, once again, insisted the beef was Hailey's fault due to her, quote, wanting to be Selena so badly. So where was Justin in all of this, you may ask? Nobody knows. Justin and Hailey did prove earlier this year that they were still together by packing on the PDA at Coachella. They were together in the crowd at the festival and looked quite cozy as they listened to Lana Del Rey's set. The couple had their arms wrapped around each other, and Justin placed a smooch on his wife's head in a video. It was adorable. I loved it. It was cute. That same weekend, Justin took the stage for a surprise performance with Thames, and Hailey proudly shared videos from the set on her Instagram story. She also acknowledged the singer's birthday on March 1st with an Instagram post saying 30 with a lot of punctuation. That was fast. Words could never truly describe the beauty of who you are. Happy birthday to you, love of my life for life. She also included several PDA photos and videos of the pair. Very typical coupley stuff, you'll love to see it. Now, a source did speak to people about the couple's status, saying they're doing really well. They've been married for 5 years now, folks. They said there's no divorce, no truth to that whatsoever. They are very, very happy. Another source told Entertainment Tonight similarly, saying Justin and Hailey are continuing to support each other and help one another get through more difficult times as they always have. They are making an effort to do things that will help them create a bigger and brighter future. They are remaining committed to their faith and trying to stay positive. They are hopeful about the future and doing things to better themselves. As per a Nation Roar article from May of 2020, Justin once told Hailey while they were dating that he couldn't remain faithful to her. And while it seems he's managed to break that promise, thankfully, this still gave off the mindset of a cheater. Look, the phrase is, once a cheater, always a cheater for a reason. But once again, it is notable, we should mention, they've been happy, or at least what it seems like on the outside, because social media isn't everything. And they've remained pretty open about the intimacy and heavy topics of their marriage to the public. Justin even once admitted he wished he saved himself for marriage, which meant Hailey, of course. But a lot of folks were like, okay, he's just trying to appear dedicated to his wife, once again bringing back Selena into the conversation. Now, Justin has been accused of not being happy around his wife, and there are supposedly several reasons why. So according to Gossip Online, and just about any candid photo you can find of Hailey and Justin always looks uninterested or bored with Hailey, like he'd rather be anywhere but with her. But that could just be because he's bored with paparazzi. But hey, this does include public events like the infamous Lakers game the spouses attended with Kendall. At the time, Kendall was dating team player Devin Booker during the October game and was seated next to the couple cheering him on. Okay, there was another event, I believe it was the 29th birthday bash, we talked about that a little bit earlier, and even though he seemed excited in all the other photos, the ones with Hailey, not so much. Maybe he just doesn't have to appear happy around her. Body language experts on social media have claimed, given their history, that Justin isn't as in love with his wife as he lets on. But once again, folks, masking is a thing. Maybe he just feels comfortable enough not to be smiley. Even though they were nowhere near married at this point, Justin probably still gets a bad husband award for this next one. I'm thinking like a Razzie, but for husbands. So back in 2015, Justin and Hailey were in the middle of a crowd rush while exiting a Madison Avenue shop. It was captured online, it was like a little video clip, and you could see like an opening in a fence. It gave Justin and Hailey a clear path to escape the madness. With a skateboard in hand, Justin literally leaves Hailey behind, racing off into the decently empty street street while Hailey is flailing around trying to catch up. When she did make it to the other side, she wound up flat on her rear end in Times Square in front of hundreds of spectators after accidentally tripping over the barricade. Fortunately, she got up really fast, ran after Justin just as quickly as she hit the floor. But like, still, dude, don't leave your wife behind. Save her. Be the gallant knight. Be the protector. Justin has been known to not stick up for Hailey. Like, insert the silence on the Selena drama. Aside from his single years-old Instagram post that told fans he was happy with Hailey and for them to, essentially stay out of the couple's business, plus his disappearing Instagram story telling fans to stop hating on Hailey, he hasn't really been good at coming to his wife's defense. In fact, it's been Hailey catching a lot of the brunt of the hate, the backlash, and attention for a lot of things that Justin's kind of at fault for. He's left her to fend for herself so many times. Like when Hailey was the one who informed the Call Her Daddy podcast that she and Justin were only together when he and Selena weren't. It's not like anybody, didn't already know that, but it still would have been nice had Justin put his 2 cents on the matter to stop the hate that his wife was flooded with. Then of course you have people who actually think Justin's sickeningly here for the hate towards Hailey and plotting of his secret enjoyment. So it's no secret that Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift don't get along anymore. Taylor, who is 5 years older, showed her disgust for the younger pop icon at the Billboard Music Awards one year, although she has matured and changed her appearance to appeal to an older audience. But the way Tay-Tay feigned to dry heave at the sight of Justin and Selena kissing may have been a telltale sign. So Taylor's been close friends with Selena Gomez for as long as I can remember. So it's not surprising to know that she doesn't get along with her now ex, Justin. Aside from the claims that the Biebs openly cheated on Selena in the past, the anti-hero hitmaker has shared several feuds with Bieber, with one of the most recent being about her master recordings. One of the most notable though was when Bieber showed his support for Kanye West in August of 2016 when the rapper and his wife Kim Kardashian, wife at the time, accused Taylor of being a snake. Bieber seemed to be taunting Swift when he uploaded what appeared to be a screen grab of a FaceTime call between himself and Kanye West on Instagram, with the caption saying, "Taylor Swift, what up?" The caption was deleted in 2019 when Taylor began feuding with Scooter Braun, and Bieber did apologize for the previous jab, saying on his Instagram that he would like to apologize for posting that hurtful Instagram post. At the time I thought it was funny, but looking back it was distasteful and insensitive. But the photo, without the caption, is still on his Insta last I checked, so what up my dude? Selena Gomez has been healing after her tumultuous relationship with Justin. Both singers shared a very intriguing and long romance, which was very much under the watchful gaze of the public for many years. They really couldn't do anything without making headlines. They still can't. However, the exact nature of their relationship and the burdens that came with it are harder to understand if you're just, a parasocial follower like myself and yourself. After their definitive separation in March of 2018, Selena Gomez had the time to contemplate this era of her life. She even stated in an interview in 2020 that the relationship consisted of emotional hardship and harm. She then stated that she had to take some time to evolve out of the victim mentality, which that's a lot of yikes. No one's had more to say about their hatred for Justin Bieber than fellow Canadian Seth Rogen. The comedic actor has been very open about his experiences with the pop star and continues to claim he doesn't hate Justin, he just thinks he's a piece of poo. Seth's kind of gone back and forth, sometimes saying that meeting Bieber was a pleasant experience, and sometimes claiming the encounters had a bit of a sour taste to them. On the Ellen DeGeneres show, he did admit his beef with Biebs was maybe his own fault, and Justin was brought on stage so the pair could hug it out. So sure, yeah, the feud might be officially over, but I don't think Seth's calling himself a believer anytime soon. Jared Padalecki is another Hollywood actor that was disappointed by Justin Bieber's antics. The Supernatural actor revealed via Twitter how much Justin paid his pal to lie and claim that certain substances were theirs and not Justin's to cover up for Justin. And whether it was Justin's fault or not, it is an issue when celebrities let things slide like that. And people are, voicing their displeasure. Even while Justin Bieber's excessive partying doesn't appear to catch up with him yet, a lot of folks are like, when's the day coming? In 2013, Justin was reportedly 2 hours late for one of his shows, sparking massive outrage. And whether it's true that Bieber was late because of technical difficulties, or he was just too busy playing video games, his fans weren't the only ones with harsh words for him. Fellow singer Jon Bon Jovi berated Justin for disrespecting his audience, calling him an a-hole, and basically told him to do his job. Now, it was probably hard for Justin not to take that personally, but really Jon Bon Jovi was appealing to all musicians who take their jobs and fans for granted. And once again, he did call Bieber an a-hole, and that's enough to make it on today's list. Drake Bell has been making headlines, not so much for his music, but because of a lot of other things ever since he left Nickelodeon. But the most notable thing today, and this is why he's here, is the random feud that he started with Justin that lasted for like a couple of years. Granted, this feud was for the most part one-sided, but still. Well, Drake Bell frequently railed against Bieber and his crazed fanbase. Yeah, I used to be a Belieber, I can say that. Bieber only responded in kind once and ignored him otherwise, leaving Drake Bell to have most of his battles with the Beliebers themselves. However, one particular fight with a fan resulted in Bell telling them to pass away, and that's where things get dicey. And even worse than the incident was his defense of the incident. So apparently the Belieber was slinging threats at him, which prompted Bell to respond in kind. And the incident occurred in an Instagram thread that was captured by Gossip Cop, in which Bell was reported as saying, "Your idol doesn't even do anything but cause trouble anymore. No music, no movies, he's just being an idiot. Oh, and I hope you pass soon." Yeah, if that sounds extreme, it's because it is. And Drake Bell had no problem openly admitting that he had in fact said that to a person. Look, to be honest, sure, at the time Beliebers were kind of notorious for the sheer amount of situations they found threats to be an appropriate response to. There was a lot of folks that did wish end of life upon any woman that got within like 5 feet of their stars. Don't even get me started on the hashtag. You know the hashtag, I'm not gonna say it, but you remember this. However, what Bell doesn't seem to realize with his comment is that it doesn't matter why he said what he did, there is no justification for wishing that sentence upon another person. Especially not so casually, and don't do it on the internet. No matter what the Belieber said, and honestly most of them were immature young folks, he shouldn't have sunk to their level. Even worse, at the time, Drake Bell had a certain level of fame and fans that looked up to him, and he highlighted as much with a retweet following his initial explanation. And somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, Drake Bell, one of the many things I've noticed that sets you apart from Justin is the massive respect you have for your fans. You're the best." Well, at the time, people were looking up to Drake Bell. They respected him, and he was basically teaching them that wishing the end of life on someone on the internet was a-okay, especially if they said it first. Folks, no, this is far too serious of an issue to treat it as something just like blasé. So I don't think there's ever been any cutesy Christmas cards sent between Orlando Bloom and Justin Bieber after their infamous restaurant brawl that was fueled by cheating rumors. Dubbed history's most pathetic celebrity scuffle by The Guardian, their fight made headlines around the world, and I believe there's some not so great vibes between the pair to this day. Bloom felt he was defending his honor against the pop prince after Bieber had attended a Victoria's Secret fashion show back in 2012. Backstage, he reportedly got very cozy with model and Bloom's then-wife Miranda Kerr, and even tried to keep up that connection after the show, although Kerr shut him down. Now, Bloom split with Kerr in 2013 after having a son, but they remain on good terms. Better than those of Bieber and Selena. But things came to a head for Bloom's fist and both for Bloom's fist and overall tensions at a celebrity-packed party in July of 2014. With a lot of folks in attendance. We're talking like Paris Hilton, Puff Daddy. Bieber seemingly blew up proceedings, shouting, "What's up, psh," at Bloom across the restaurant. Incensed, Bloom threw a sofa aside to reach Bieber, who was already backing down, before throwing a punch at him. Then security came, and according to models on the scene, first they were like, okay, one quick punch, and then they separated. Then when everyone thought that everything was quiet, the two again tried to fight each other. Then security came, they said the things, they fought, they went away. And the model who witnessed all of this was like, I don't know why Bieber came there. I think it was to provoke. There was no preparation for his table. Like, if a restaurant knows that celebrities are coming, they prepare more security. And security took Bieber out, clasping his hands behind his back. And after being quite literally, bopped, Bieber took to social media trying to hit back at his rival. He posted a very interesting photo of Kerr, followed by a photo of Bloom in tears, but like restaurant goers, the public sided with Orlando Bloom. Like somebody literally said, when Orlando punched Bieber, everybody started clapping. Everybody. We're talking like Leonardo DiCaprio was there, he was clapping. Now, to complicate matters further, in 2016, Bloom was pictured with Selena Gomez. Things seem to have calmed down since then, with both stars revitalizing their careers, but maybe don't put the two in the same restaurant ever again. So back in 2012, Justin Bieber, at the ripe age of 19, claimed he was ready to retire from music, twice in 1 week. First, he told a Los Angeles police station that his next album would be his last, and then he took to Twitter on Christmas Eve to try the joke again, before assuring fans he'd be there forever. So, obviously he's not gonna be here forever, but I don't think he's ever officially retired yet. He has been on hiatus though. But come on. Bieber ticked off his fans back in March of 2013 after he showed up a reported 2 hours late to a concert at London's O2 Arena. He tried to dispute that in a tweet. He was like, oh no, I was only 40 minutes behind schedule. Well, the fans have proof otherwise. It got to the point where like the parents were already at the venue expecting to pick everybody up, and the fans were like, hey, mom and dad, concert hasn't started yet. You're a little early. Turns out there was like a prior gig like a day or two before that had also started kind of late, but not this late. Fans tweeting from inside the O2 said there were boos from people in the crowd almost an hour before Bieber hit the stage because of how late he was. Speaking outside, one fan said, yeah, they were playing Michael Jackson song after song after song. It was so annoying. Apparently everybody was on edge, and as more time passed, everybody was getting more worried, and once again, they were booing. Sure, the opening acts, the supporting acts came on, but they only performed until about 8:50 p.m. And folks were sitting there waiting until 10:20 for Justin to come on. And people were like, okay, sure, but like we had to get trains home. Think about transit, folks. 10:50 p.m. was the last train home. So that's why people were booing, because they wanted to see the concert. Somebody who said they spent £400 on tickets said that like he wound up missing the performance so he could make the last train, and said it was disgusting, a waste of his money, never again. So Justin Bieber appeared to claim he'd received a private jet for Christmas in 2014. He posted a photo on Instagram saying, "New jet for Christmas, she's beautiful." However, it was later reported that he hadn't bought or received the jet, he just chartered it for a flight around Christmas time. He'd also posted a snap with a yacht captioned, "It was about that time." And once again, fans were like, oh my gosh, you bought a yacht? Yeah, no, wasn't his. So while it wasn't explicitly a lie, TMZ was like, you're a poser, and I agree with TMZ, which is not something I ever thought I'd say in this lifetime. Back in 2019, Justin Bieber shared a photo of an ultrasound scan on Instagram without a caption, and obviously it sent everybody into a tailspin. Was Hailey Bieber pregnant? Was this April Fool's? Since it was partway through the day, folks were like, I don't know, because technically, April Fool's is supposed to end at noon, or at least that's what I was taught growing up. Make all the jokes you want, but once noon hits, you're safe. Well, a little sleuthing revealed that the ultrasound photo definitely didn't show an incoming new Bieber edition. It was the first image that appeared when you looked up 12-week ultrasound. Look, give fangirls a little more credit. A lot of them scare me with their sleuthing skills. That was too easy. But then Justin followed up. He had a series of images of what appeared to be a pregnant Hailey in a doctor's office, alongside the caption, "If you thought it was April Fool's," yeah, he doubled down. Folks were extremely confused, rightfully so, and then an hour later, Justin was like, haha, April Fools. To the shock and surprise of nobody, this went over like a lead balloon. Over the years afterwards, look folks, it's no secret. A lot of people have spoken out about how painful fake pregnancy announcements and April Fool's Day can be for a range of folks. If you're desperate to become a parent, if you're struggling with fertility issues, if you've suffered loss. So it didn't take long for a lot of fans to call Justin out for the prank being insensitive, shameful, and disgusting, and a lot of folks, myself included, lost respect for the couple as a result. So last year, Hailey Bieber left fans claiming she attempted to trick them into thinking her husband Justin filmed a video of her lying in bed. So I think it was like August of actually 2022 when she posted and quickly deleted a flirty TikTok video, and a lot of folks were like, oh my gosh. It showed her shyly smiling, waving at the camera. She was like under the covers in bed. You know, cute, innocent little TikTok. At one point, she shielded her face with her hand, she made like a kissy face with the lens, and despite wiping it from her newsfeed, this clip hit again on social media, and again and again, and fans were wondering who took the video. In one online thread, critics accused Hailey of pretending that Justin was behind the camera because they thought it was her trying to cover up their marriage problems. Somebody literally said, Hailey is the definition of embarrassment. She is the only person living in the land of delusion. And it was like, oh, if we're gonna call her Delulu. Somebody else said there is no logical reason for her to act as if Justin is filming her and talking to the camera while she is the one holding the phone and filming herself. She is so desperate. Others believe that Hailey might have crafted the video to suggest that the two were on good terms, and well, I guess they are. They're still together. So for a hot moment, Justin Bieber forgot how FaceTime works. He inserted himself into a conflict between his manager Scooter Braun and singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, and in doing so, opened himself up to accusations of lying. He claimed to be responsible for capturing a screen grab of a FaceTime call featuring himself, Scooter Braun, and Kanye West, and then he posted that online with a caption poking fun at Taylor Swift. But unfortunately for Bieber, there was a major discrepancy in his version of the story. If you've used FaceTime, you can tell that screenshot didn't come from him. He was the main photo. Now this matters because it looked like Bieber was lying to protect the reputation of his manager. So this was when Scooter Braun's company had just bought Taylor Swift's former record label, Big Machine, for like $300 million, buying the masters to her first 6 albums. Following the acquisition, Taylor posted a message to Tumblr, and she was like, oh my gosh, worst case scenario, because of his incessant manipulative bullying over the years. Now look, fast forward, it's 2024, we know she's made lemonade out of those lemons, but like at that time, it was the end of the world. We didn't know how this was gonna go. Now we've got the Eras Tour and we love it. So Scooter, back at the time, in addition to managing Bieber, was also an advisor to Kanye West. And Kanye West released that music video of him in bed with Taylor, that whole thing. Well, not actually Taylor, but you know what I mean? So Taylor had fired back at Justin because she was like, hey, why are you bullying me on social media? Now, Justin was like, look, Scooter didn't tell me what to do. I take full responsibility for the post. He said, I have to be honest, it was my caption, my thing that I screenshotted. But once again, folks, if Bieber had taken the screen grab from his end of the call, he would have appeared in the top left corner. Instead, his face was filling the screen, indicating that the screen grab was from the other end of the call, or just photoshopped. The phone appeared to be in Scooter Braun's hand at the time. What did I say about sleuthing fangirls, folks? It's easy. It's good. Contrary to what Bieber claimed, one of those guys took the photo, sent it to Bieber to post on Insta. Or Scooter Braun took it and posted it to Bieber's account himself, because it's not unusual for celebrities' managers to have access to their clients' social media accounts. Now, obviously, nobody said anything, everybody kept their mouth shut on how this happened, but it was still kind of icky. Bieber said that, allegedly, Scooter even advised him against posting it, even though he had to have gotten the screen grab from Scooter. He also said, like, oh, we didn't even discuss Taylor Swift on the call. You know, no big.